Welcome to Subramani. Recently, I watched Smita Prakash do an interview on ANI broadcast with Hindi film Bad Man Prem Chopra. Of course, he has done some humor roles also, but largely known for doing bad man roles. And he was very active in the sense that at 88 he was still doing movies and he was doing plays, and I think that is amazing. I mean, recently a big hit called Animal had him playing a role, maybe a small role, but he was still playing a role. This brought me to this concept which I saw in Humble Dollar called ICE. ICE is I will continue earning, which is the opposite of FIRE, which is financial independence and retire early. My take on ICE or FIRE is the amount of money that is required to retire, given to you by various calculators, seem to be insanely high for many people. Right, so for somebody like me, I have built a portfolio so I can live off my dividend. So I don't need to earn money, but one needs to keep oneself busy, right? So you have to do something which keeps you active. I mean, that's what I feel, right? So if you don't have anything else to do, you might as well continue your work. Now let me take ICE and say that if you seek a job which is satisfying and happy, and but it's not paying much, it means your retirement will be postponed, but then you are happy doing that work, right? So it does not cause any stress. You're happy doing that work. Maybe you're doing a teacher's job, maybe you're doing training, whatever, anything like that, or maybe you're doing sales and you're doing ethical, moral sales, and you're very comfortable doing that level of sales, which keeps you happy, keeps you well paid or reasonably well paid, and you think you can push till you're 70 or 72, right? Or then you go to a company and add some more value in some other field. My warning is 2-3 things. Like Prem Chopra, you can continue to act till you're 88, but trying to make a movie at 88 seems to be very, very difficult, because I do think you should do work which is simple, easy to execute, and end of the day does not need any great amount of homework to be done or any great updation to be done on the work related stuff. I've seen, we've all seen a great actor like Devanand making disastrous films after his age of 75. He did not make any good movies. The same guy who had made movies like Guide, of course, with Ketan Anand. But at some stage you can't do complicated things. In fact, Ken Fisher in his book says his father Phil Fisher's worst investment decisions were made up beyond the age of 70. But beware, Ken is still working, and Ken is 70 plus already, but he's still working. So I do think that in my own portfolio, at the age of 70, I will move largely to an index portfolio. Will I sell off all my equity? Well, that's the aim as of now, unless my daughter decides that she will manage it for me. Beyond 70, I don't want to be buying A, selling B, right? I don't want to be doing that kind of activity. I don't want that to be my main income source or anything. It's very scary. So taking simple work which you can do, which makes you happy, is a nice thing to do till whatever age that you can do, right? Secondly, when you look at those retirement calculators asking you to save 20 crores for retirement, and I'm not exaggerating, but that is a kind of number which you are likely to require if you have if you're young and you have a longish time when you're bedridden and you need help for changing of diapers, for feeding you, etc. It is expensive. It does not cost less than 1.5 lakhs a month. That means about 18 lakhs a year. 3 years like that is 50 lakhs gone, right? Adjusted for the inflation, it will only get worse, because help like that may not even be available at a cheap price. So given these kind of circumstances, I mean, everybody aims for FI, which is good. financial independence is very useful. But ICE, which is continuing to earn, also makes sense because it lets you socially go meet people, tell them something, teach them something, right? So I think even as a fund manager beyond 50-55, you're in a downloading mode and you want to teach that to the others. So somewhere everybody gets into a teaching mode. So do some work which is simple, which keeps you busy, keeps you happy, and does not require those insane amounts of money for retirement. For example, if you postpone your retirement by 5 years, from say 60 to 65 or 65 to 75 or 72 or whatever, that much time you're going to be earning enough to meet your expenses. May not be saving much, but it also means that you have given your portfolio an extra 7-8 years or 10 years, whatever, for it to at least double. So if you think you require 3 crores at retirement and you have about 1.5 crores closer to retirement, and for 5-6 years, 7 years you don't have to touch your corpus, by the time your requirement will also come down because you have now lesser number of years to live for, and so therefore your 1.5 will also become 3 crores there, and your requirement may now be only 2.5 or 2.7, which makes your retirement more comfortable. So both combinations, ICE and financial independence, work. You decide whether how much money makes you comfortable, because the 4% withdrawal rule or the 6% withdrawal rule in India, or whatever you want to say, all that is fine. But if there is a longish recession, just as you retire, a big chunk of your money could be lost, right? So I think 1993 to 2003 or something like that, the market just didn't go anywhere. So do we have the guts to have a 10-year downturn in the market? No, I don't think so. Our governments will not like it, so they will pump money and make sure the market is up. But I'm digressing. I'm just saying, find enough work. Find work which you enjoy. Could be anything. I know some person who's not making money, but he goes and advertises for a guide. He goes and becomes a guide to somebody coming to Bombay. Could be an Indian, could be foreigner, anybody. He takes them around in a taxi. They pay the taxi fare, but he shows them all the places around and has lunch with them and then goes home. So he does it maybe 2-3 times in a month. So some of these activities which make money for you, which keep you busy, which keep you happy, which allows you to meet people, socialize, all that could be very useful. But of course there is nothing wrong in being financially independent and doing this. So FI and ICE combination is also good. Whether you want to RE, that's your call. Thank you.